Browns winners here in Cincinnati. But of course, the big story here, Mary Kay, is they will be going to Houston for a rematch with the Texans, who they played on Christmas Eve. But this is a very different Texans team than the one that they faced on that day, starting with the guy who is going to be starting a quarterback in that game.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. The Browns now have a matchup with former Ohio State quarterback C.J. Stroud, the rookie. He's a leading candidate for NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year. He's having an amazing season, 23 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. When the Browns went down there, they played Case Keenum. Now they're going to go against C.J. Stroud, who has an amazing connection with Nico Collins. My goodness, it's going to be different in many ways, but that is certainly the number one way.
Yeah, and actually, we had a chance to, of course, watch CJ in that game against the Colts on Saturday. Anybody who's watched CJ all year, threw for over 4,000 yards, joined some elite company as a rookie doing that. I mean, this guy has come into the league and just taken it by storm.
Yeah, and like Mary Kay said, his interception numbers, I think what's been so impressive about him this year is he doesn't make those mistakes that rookie quarterbacks are a lot of the times prone to. So it's definitely a much different look. I think defensively, the Browns are going to get a much different look. They didn't have to worry about Will Anderson last time around. They didn't really have to worry about Jonathan Grenard or Jimmy Ward. There were some key guys that were out for the Texans. So all around, I think, different matchup this time.
Now, one guy that the Browns will have back for sure is Obo Okoronkwo. He'll be returning to Houston. There's other guys, too, that we'll keep an eye on. But Mary Kay, Obo was out there today. He played some snaps on this defense, and it was good to see number 54 out there as this team starts to get healthy for the playoffs.
Yeah, he was so excited to get out there. And a lot of people didn't really understand, why is he playing in a meaningless game like this? It's because he had to get used to the harness that he's wearing over his torn pec on the left side. And he went out there today. He did a nice job. He came through it very well. He's fired up. They're getting him back and some other guys too.
And Obo is so important to this pass rush. I mean, credit to Alex Wright, who's had 4 sacks now in 4 games. But, having Obo as that third pass rusher, Ashley, is enormous.
Yeah, I think Z and Alex have maybe caught up to him in sacks, but Obo was the second leading sack getter on this team for most of the season. And like Mary Kay said, it's important for him to get used to that harness. He said it didn't really bother him. Also important, he said, just to get his legs back underneath him and shake some rust off. It's been about a month that he's missed already. He got hurt in that Jacksonville game. So he sounded very excited to go back home to Houston, and he joked about not being able to play in the first one and that it would be a perfect story to get a win this time.
Okay, a couple other injuries. Cedric Tillman, he is in the concussion protocol. That of course matters because he has been this team's, one of their key outside receivers. They've had him on the field a lot. He is a key blocker in the run game as well at the wide receiver position. Shelby Harris left today's game, and also we're waiting kind of on if Juan Thornhill can come back. He didn't play today, but Mary Kay, I know you had a chance in the locker room to ask some of those guys how they were.
Yeah, I did actually. I talked to Kareem Hunt about Pierre Strong, who hurt his lower back in this game. He started the game, hurt his back. Kareem said he was just sitting here next to me laughing, saying he's going to be okay. Now, he did limp his way into the shower area, and, so that didn't look all that great, but Kareem seemed pretty optimistic. I asked Shelby Harris about the shin. He said, I'll be fine. He kind of dismissed it. I asked Juan Thornhill, will he be back soon? And he said he wouldn't miss it, and he can't wait to get back. So I think these guys are getting healthy at the right time.
Yeah, Shelby looked fine walking around the locker room, seemed in good spirits, so good news there. And, of course, Ashley Elijah Moore back today, and he was on the field a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think, again, that's surprising because everyone saw that hard hit he took to the head, and it was scary and all of that. So definitely he trended in the right direction this week. Didn't get a chance to talk to him after this one, but I'm sure we'll hear from him in the lead up to that game. And again, a big part of this offense to maybe take some pressure off of Amari Cooper because I'm sure the Houston Texans aren't going to want to let Amari put up 265 yards on them again.
Well, this one felt like a formality across the board, including in that locker room after the game. These guys are ready to get to the postseason. They will do that this coming weekend. As we're recording this, we don't know the date and time of that game, but we do know it will be in Houston against the Texans. So, of course, we will cover all of it at cleveland.com/Browns.